Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, it's our 100th episode! Yeah! 1 followed by 2 zeros, we're the zeros. And we're going to do Mystery Science Theater 3000.
That's right, that's got 3 zeros.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Duel Review. Today is our 100th episode.
God,
Good grief.
episodes.
100 episodes.
Can't believe it feels like almost yesterday.
For those who watched them all, a special prize. You get to watch the next 100. No. But seriously though, stay tuned. We might have some gifts and
we're thinking of contests
we're,
and gifts.
We're brainstorming, so start commenting, and we need to have some interaction here.
Right.
So anyway, so for our 100th episode, we figured we would do something that has been pivotal in our development of sense of humor.
Yeah, our humorous developmentalists.
And that would be Mystery Science Theater 3000 or MST3K. Right.
MST3K.
So basically, it was started by Joel Hodgson. He was the first one who did it, and he was through like 5.5 seasons. And then Mike, I always forget his last name. I don't know, Nelson. It's such an easy name to remember. Mike Nelson takes it on after that. Right. Mike Nelson is still doing something on the side. We'll let you know about that. But anyway, so Joel starts it. And he just got this good idea. It had been done before. He has referenced some other people. But basically, he takes B films and he mocks them. Yeah. For our enjoyment.
Basically, the setup is the movie plays, and then you see like these kind of movie theater row seats in front, and him and his 2 little buddies, they sit there and they just
in silhouette,
and they just sit there mocking the movie that they're watching.
And it's rife with topical humor, and there's a lot of throwbacks between episodes, and there's culturally significant at the time period stuff, and Action Jackson and whatever. It kind of dates itself. It was 1988 when it first started.
Yeah, I cannot believe it was 1988. I thought it was later than that, but wow.
If you were anything like me, then I watched a good couple of years of seasons.
Yeah.
It was on like USA and Comedy Central.
Right, I think it was on TNT, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, quite a few stations, so it's been around. And and all the way to 1999, that was the last episodes. Yeah, really good show. So, like you said, the premise, he's gotten shot off into space.
Oh, yeah. So the story behind the movie's watching experience is there's this professor, what is his name, Forrester?
Yes, Dr. Forrester.
Dr. Forrester, who's trying to take over the world, and in order to do so, he decides to find the one movie that will break people's wills so badly that he can just take it over. So in order to find that movie, he sends Joel off into space and forces him to watch really crappy movies. While Joel's up there, he builds his friends, the robots, Tom Servo, Crow, Gypsy, and Cambot.
Yes.
And in between watching the movies and making fun of the movies, they do their own little skits. So it's kind of like
for the first I don't know, the majority, like maybe the first 7 seasons or something, they do a invention exchange where they come up with some asinine invention, like the doctor versus the guy on. Yeah. It's called the Satellite of Love. That's where he is. That's what they call it.
It's shaped like a bone.
Yeah, it looks like a different kind of, like a regular kind of bone, not Satellite of Love bone.
Well, I said dog bone.
Okay. Anyway, a lot of just kind of loosely through line to this whole thing.
Right.
But really, it's just an excuse to watch old movies and make fun of them.
Yeah. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. In fact, in the opening theme song, it's like, and if you're wondering how we eat and filter air and all this other stuff, it's like
other science facts.
Yeah, just remember.
Repeat to yourself, it's just a show. I should really just relax. Or Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yes, those are the lyrics.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, we both are. So each episode is like about an hour?
Yeah, I think it's roughly an hour. I mean, it might be like 50 minutes with commercial breaks. So they didn't have as many commercials back then. And they kind of use this skit in the middle as an opportunity to cut some of the film out.
Yeah.
But there is enough of the B movie film that you can enjoy the movie kind of while you're mocking it, you
Yeah.
know, kind of thing. And it's really good to watch with other people.
It is.
It's definitely, because you can add your commentary on top of the commentary that's being added by the three, you know, numbskulls.
Numbskulls.
But they're really well. I mean, they're just the wit is really quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been kind of curious to how much they script it and how much they work on it. But it's so funny. It has to be a lot of work. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Well, and they definitely do come up with things where like they'll be like picking the nose.
Yeah.
Your little silhouette will be picking the nose of the guy, and you know they've had to have at least kind of
practiced
that out. But anyway, really well done. There are so many episodes. There's 189 that definitely some of them polarize people. There are some that
you
I myself are like meh, okay, and then there are some that I really respond to, and it seems to be different from person to person.
Right.
There are a few common threads, though, and we'll bring those to your attention. If you're interested in Mystery Science Theater 3000, and if you're not, get interested. Watch Manos Hands of Fate.
Right.
That's a really super good one. The movie, I said they had 189 episodes, but they also have one movie.
Right.
Movie, which is
The Silent Earth, which I enjoyed very much.
And then, EGA. EGA, I think, is possibly even critically acclaimed. I know that's like #1 for most people. So those three in particular... pretty safe bet that you're going to like. So Manos Hands of Fate. But there's other ones that I like Mitchell.
Oh, yeah, Mitchell.
I like Mitchell. It's about a kind of a slob cop from I think it's like the 70s or early 80s. I guess it would be early 80s.
Yeah.
Although it could have been far old by the time they did it. But anyway, that's really funny. And they do things like... I just think of Johnny Mathis. There's a guy. There's a scene where there's a guy breaking in, and because it's made in the 70s or the very late or early 80s, he's got this haircut that he looks just like Johnny Mathis. So instead of saying, "Hey, look, it's Johnny Mathis," they just start singing Johnny Mathis songs like, "It's not easy to say hey," and he's like sitting here like breaking in. It's just it's really funny. And if you don't know who Johnny Mathis is, go look him up.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah,
and you learn something.
I think it'd be fun just to watch these movies, find out all the references, write them down, and then look them up.
Yeah, there's definitely some that. Like, even though I love, like, Cave Dwellers, that's another good one.
Cave Dwellers, yeah.
I loved it because it's like this Neanderthal thing, but they're wearing, like, hubcaps for armor. It's, like, literally, like, Cadillac hubcap. I mean, whatever. It's, like, taped over the Cadillac symbol. But anyway, that movie, there's stuff that I didn't get the first time I watched it.
Right.
But, as I gotten older, I've had more experiences, and I've added to my list of, useless facts. And so when I watch it again, it's like, oh, that's who they're talking about. That's who they're referencing. So it grows with you. That's really fun.
Grows with you, not against you?
Yeah, I guess. And there's like shorts that they do.
Yeah.
There's one in particular, it's like a 50s short about hygiene, which is really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they just have a lot of fun. It's a guy and a couple puppets, and they just make fun of stuff. I can't imagine a better...
brilliant.
Yeah, I can't imagine a better premise.
I've always thought of doing the same sort of thing. Yeah.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should. And that brings me to, I guess, Rifftrax.
Right.
Which Mike Nelson, he has gone on to do Rifftrax, which are based on modern movies that he can't get the rights to.
Yeah, he can't actually make a TV series out of it because he doesn't have the rights to the movie.
Or he can't sell the discs as the movie.
Yeah. But what he can do is time of a track to play along with the movie. So if you hit play on your movie and hit play on the soundtrack, he'll make fun of the movie while you're watching it.
Right. So you turn down the volume of that or whatever, do it on your computer. They do cost a little bit because he's doing it independently and doesn't have a TV show to sponsor him. But they're very cheap, and I think they're well worth it, especially if you maybe like me. I don't understand why everybody loves Avatar so much. So I would love to see his spoof. I haven't heard it yet, but I would love to get in there and make fun of Avatar.
But
and he has like guest stars like Weird Al Yankovic and some other comedians every once in a while. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Yeah. The skits in between, I enjoy them. I think I enjoy them more than I do the movies sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. I just sometimes they just really, really funny stuff, and I love the little stupid inventions that they make.
Well, we didn't talk about how Tom is obviously a gumball machine.
Yeah.
Crow has a mouth that looks like it's a bowling pin split in half. Gypsy, she has
the baby carriage head.
Yeah, the baby seat head with a flashlight.
They really didn't go far into production. They just took whatever they found.
They certainly did, especially in the 80s. I didn't realize this. They have like this intro where all these doors open.
Yeah.
And it's really cheesy.
Because they kind of stick sometimes.
But they obviously took some work, to make those sets and whatnot. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun.
And they do all these, cheats and they're supposed to have Joel on the big screen, but really he's just like seated up there in a circle, and so they're pretending that it's a screen, but he's really just right there. Anyway, that was in the movie. That was in This Island Earth, because isn't that when they're going to kill Joel? Maybe that's another episode. Maybe I'm confusing episodes, but.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yeah. So he leaves, and they're like throwing styrofoam, like for static, communication static. They're throwing peanuts, like styrofoam peanuts. Anyway, whatever. Just all these funny little things. And Joel has a much drier sense of humor than Mike. Yes. Mike is a little fresher. Maybe it's a little more accessible. Maybe you want to start with Mike. But we both prefer.
Yeah, we like Joel.
Yeah,
it's funny. He's just
this deadpan, and he's kind of like this sweet. And there's a slight like hippie vibe.
Yeah, I guess
it's kind of funny. Well, the robots kind of do that too. Make love, not war, kind of thing.
But Joel's very, very quick-witted and dry. Just
gets a lot of mileage. And this is one of those things that like my wife is she doesn't like a lot of things that I like, honestly. And this is one of those that she didn't want to watch. But she was sitting on the couch next to me, doing her computer while I was watching it, and she just kept laughing. I think I was watching the one that was like Hercules versus the aliens, where they're all like, his chest looks like a freshly baked buttered bread, kind of thing, because it's all tan and shiny. But anyway, it's awesome. It gives you a lot of fodder too. Like I find myself quoting stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So, it's a good one. Yay, Mystery Science Theater 3000. We don't want it to be swept under the rug at all. I'm sure plenty of you guys know about it, but if you don't, check it out.
Yeah, you can see it on Netflix.
A lot of them.
A lot of them, yeah. A lot of really good ones.
I don't know if the ones I mentioned are on there, the best ones. I think Egon might be. I want Manos Hands of Fate. That's like my favorite. That's my personal favorite.
I know that the movie, This Island Earth, is definitely on there.
Okay.
And the Pod People one's on there.
I can't remember my dad. Yeah, we could go on and on with the quotables. Notable quotables.
Notable quotables. That's fun. I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah, so you can see them on Netflix. Check out the Rifftrax. I'm sure there's got to be like one or two free ones that you could just...
Yeah, I think I think he might rotate them, but I think there's always a free one for you guys to try out.
Yeah. Which you definitely should, and support him.
For sure.
Yeah, buy him if you can.
It's not the same premise, they're not on the Satellite Love with the robots anymore.
Right, it's just him and some people just making fun of a movie.
And they're just as witty.
Yeah.
I hope it continues forever.
Yep.
All right, guys. That's it.
Bye.
100th episode!
Oh, I wanted the 100th episode.
I'm sorry. Well, you. Coming up on Duel Review, we talk about Witchblade, the comic and anime.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
That's our 100th episode.
100th episode!
For the 4th time. Because I'm a moron.
Nah.
My fault.
No worries. Shit happens.
It does indubitably happen.
When life gives you lemons,
take a shit. 100th episode. 100th episode. Episode 100. Here it comes. Now. Here we go. It's not easy to say. Oh, and I love it when he's like, who are you? Hey you! What? Oh! Before he gets shot, he's like, oh. Oh. And then, yeah, whatever. There's just so many.
Yeah, I know.
Big buttery moon up there. That all kind of looks like ice cream. How do you like your scotch? By the quart.